This is where Extremadura begins. Home of the world's most expensive pig.
Iberian ham is the best.
A slice of ham and a glass of wine, there's nothing better.
A whole philosophy. 300 kilometers south of Madrid, the province of Extremadura is one of the poorest in Spain. There's no industry here, and the sea and its tourists are far away. Yet in these villages, fortunes have been made. In Montanches, 10 families thrive on ham. Juan Carlos Bautistin is now a rich man. His know-how, similar to that of a winemaker, is recognized by all.
We have aromas of cherry, prune, and chestnut. It's an inimitable blend. Well, you can't go wrong. It's a bit like recognizing a perfume.
3 generations of Bautistins preceded Juan Carlos in ham making.
We've arrived. This is the drying room where we mature the hams.
Here, just like in a bank, you have to ring before you enter.
All right, I'll go ahead of you. Will you follow me? You know, it's a big period for us right now with the holidays, and we can't stop. We have to ship the hams all over the country and abroad, too.
A few steps further down, we find ourselves in the Bautista family lair, in the treasure room. How many hams are there here?
In this room, there are about 4,000, but upstairs there are many more. I've got nearly 12,000.
All in all, that's over 15,000 hams. 15,000 boarders who spend an average of between 2 and 4 years in these drying sheds. Each ham has its own number. Depending on the season, we move it around and monitor its ripening. All this comes at a price. Each ham costs around 300 euros. On 2 floors, Juan Carlos looks after more than 4 million euros.
We need to protect ourselves because today, you know, nobody is safe. Even banks get robbed. So here we've had to invest in security.
And what's this?
It's a motion detector linked to an alarm.
Juan Carlos drying sheds look like safes. But to understand why these hams are so special, you need to travel to the countryside of Extremadura. This is where Iberian pigs roam free, a breed that hasn't evolved in 2,000 years. From a distance, they look like wild boars. Day and night, they come and go as they please on properties that often exceed 1,000 hectares. To locate them and avoid losing them, Professor Aparicio has developed a highly sophisticated device.
I'm going to put GPS on 2 pigs so I can find out exactly where they're going. This will also enable us to analyze their behavior when they're out and about.
We arrive at a finca, a Spanish farm where over 500 purebred Iberian pigs are bred. At first, Professor Aparicio had a bit of trouble convincing the farmers that a GPS and a pig could cohabit. The first devices, too heavy and ill-adapted, didn't survive. Today, however, they're perfected. All that remains is to catch the pigs.
A pig can run faster than a horse.
Faster than a horse?
Yes, with my car, I clocked them at over 40 kilometers an hour. And I can tell you, they go the distance. It's completely impossible to catch a pig on the loose by trying to follow it. They're far too agile, too intelligent. A pig, you know, can jump 1.5 meters high, and sometimes 2 meters.
2 pigs, baited with food, have been captured.
Do you really want to enter? If he bites you, I'll let you know.
The professor wasn't lying. The beast is not easy. Once the pig is under control, the GPS and transmitter can be installed. The device's batteries last for a month. The pigs are now tracked and traced, which is reassuring for farmers. Each pig has a market value of 600 euros.
I have to keep an eye on 350 pigs, and I can't see them all because there's so much space. So it's good for me because I know where they are.
Professor Aparicio has been studying Iberian pigs for 12 years. In a few minutes, our two pigs and their GPS disappear into the vast Extremadura savanna. It's here at the Faculty of Cáceres that the professor processes the data sent by the GPS in his laboratory. Thanks to 4 satellites, the pigs are constantly spied on. Transmitters placed on their backs transmit their position to a database. In this way, the professor knows where the pigs are and how far they've traveled at any given moment.
Take this one, for example. On the first day, he didn't leave the adaptation zone. The second, he went further afield to explore for the best acorns, the best pastures. In 1 week, he covered 30 kilometers. He was building up a territory, the best possible living environment for himself.
Thanks to GPS, breeders now know that a single pig needs 1.5 hectares to feed properly. Vidal Arroyo, one of the biggest producers in the region, has become a friend of the professor. Together, they explain their method to traditional breeders. Along the way, we come across a group of Iberian pigs. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Now they're digesting. You know, here, everyone takes a nap. It's a bit of an institution in Spain.
There's no doubt about it. This is an Iberian pig. There are 13,000 pig farmers in Extremadura, a sector that has no unemployment.
Well, we've finally arrived. The pigs are over there by the lake. Well, we'll be off. It's a bit dry. Take your gear and let's go.
In autumn, Iberian pigs can put on 1 kilo a day. Here's why. Pelota, the fruit of the holm oak, a particularly tasty acorn that pigs love. Between September and December, they eat up to 4 kilos a day. It's thanks to this diet that their flesh has such a distinctive taste, and it's why the most expensive hams in the world are called jamon belota. Eventually, the professor's idea is to equip all pigs in Extremadura.
With my GPS system, every 10 minutes you can find out where your pig is.
And you've already put this into practice?
Well, this morning, for example, on a farm over there, I put 2 GPS devices on 2 pigs.
Silence polite. You don't shake centuries of habit like that. In the village of Arroyo, the big producers of Belota ham are a bit like stars. We like them, we salute them, but their products, in the end, we don't taste them all that often.
Yes, it's good, but it's expensive. Everything that's good is expensive. That's normal.
Isn't it true that it's the best?
Yes, of course it is. There's no doubt about it. The best is made in our village.
Nowhere else is a ham so highly regarded as in a quasi-religion.
The best way to do it is to take it between 2 fingers. And then just by touching it, you can see right there that fat, that creaminess. Afterwards, you chew quietly. Let your taste buds do the rest.
The rest is an intimate affair, a collective and repeated sin. of gluttony.